Ladies and gentlemen, I am more than delighted to be here today speaking to Mr. Mark Karamera, who is the Managing Director and founder of Spetaxicab, a tech-enabled urban transportation provider which is one of its kind in the country. He is a young revolutionary breaking ground in the transportation service. Mr. Mark Karamera, thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you for having me.
So Spe, what prompted you to bring a digital element into the transportation service industry in Uganda?
You know, we are now in the information age and the digital age, so anything that helps people to make decisions a lot easier, a lot quicker is always welcome. So it was important for us to have a transportation service which allows people to be able to access it very easily. If you want to book for a cab, it should be as easy as looking at your smart screen, your smartphone, and saying where you are and where you want to go, and you should be there, as easy as that. So that's why we brought in the whole digital element. But also it helps us with operational efficiencies, because it's IT-based, tracking of the cars, tracking of the miles, knowing where people have gone, so directions, getting around town. It made sense that was the next logical step in the transportation sector in Uganda, was to take it digital.
So essentially, Spetaxicab is a subscription-based service.
Yeah.
So your prospective clients have to register online in order to utilize your services.
Absolutely.
What challenges have you faced with that regard, and how have you been able to counter those problems?
So for starters, the whole subscription idea is because we're really looking at building a relationship with our customers. Previously, you know, to get a special hire, you just had to call like 5 guys. Haj is not around. Semakura is in the garage. Another one, you know, so many problems. And these people never ever kept a rapport with. It was hard. You had to take it off the top of your mind. So we thought a subscription system would be good for us to keep track and to profile our customers. Of course, by profiling our customers, we're able to know them better, to know their trends better, and ultimately we can serve them better when that happens. With the subscription system, we also have the element of DIY, if I can say that, do it yourself.
Okay.
So the customer is in control of their logistical needs. You can plan. Because of the subscription system, our customers have to buy mileage, kilometer bundles, and so you can from using the service from week to week say that, you know, 20 kilometers is enough for me on a weekly basis. That's about 60,000 shillings. And so you log in and you purchase your spare miles, and you can monitor and see how much you've consumed, how much is left if you need to top up, if you have an airport run and you think you'll need more. So that's where the whole subscription comes in. We maintain a relationship, profile our customers, know their habits, understand them, and ultimately serve them better.
Okay.
So that's why we need the subscriptions.
That's very fantastic, actually, that you'd go down that angle. So your major area of operation is Kampala. Is there any plans for you to expand your radius to other regions around the country?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell us more about this.
So of course we started with Kampala as a control area, as a pilot. Everything happens in Kampala still.
Yes.
So it only made sense that we started here. We're based here. We're in Kampala, and even in Kampala, we're still sort of limited to whom we are serving. We're very particular, but on the whole, we want to be able to roll out regionally.
Yes.
So not only countrywide, but region-wide.
Yes.
You know, Nairobi, Dar, Kigali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we are not so much in the actual special hire as we are in the platform IT part of it.
Okay.
So that's the most important bit for it. So we're going to be partnering with existing taxi drivers.
Okay.
In the different regions and countries that we operate in. And then what happens is we link up the driver to a customer who wants to travel through our system. So it's scalable. We can be in South Africa and we are seated in Kampala running the service. So that's the idea.
So what challenges have you faced in this regard to getting the addresses in a timely manner, because most of the geolocations around Kampala and the outskirts haven't been accurately digitalized to be able to find them on GPS devices? So what can you tell us regard to actually locating the addresses of your clients?
So we are utilizing, I told you we are largely IT based. So we're utilizing a very robust platform that sort of aggregates and gathers information from like Google Maps. I mean, Google has done a lot to map the whole world, literally. So if you zoomed in on a Google map, it will show you all the back streets of Kampala, which is really sufficient. So that is our first level of getting this information. After that, the system allows us to pinpoint where our customers go, and then we keep saving those locations, which is, again, takes me back to the whole subscription basis. Because if we have you in our system, every time you use us and you go to a location which we do not have on our maps, or that Google hasn't mapped properly, the system allows us to save that location for a future date. So we call them points of interest. So we'll know where your home is, we'll know where your kid's school is, if you've gone there, we'll know where your office is, so that it doesn't matter what driver is picking you up or which taxi is picking you up. We have you in the system, and we have the different places that you normally go to. But besides that, really, Google has done a brilliant job of mapping, and that's the basis that we use for our movements.
So at Africa Elevation, we love initiatives that feed towards your corporate social responsibility. And we know that you're also targeting a portion of your generated revenue towards a child charitable initiative. Can you please expand on this and tell us about this beautiful project?
That is very dear to my heart. I love children very, very much. And so it has always been a goal of mine to, in whatever business I am doing, find a way of supporting children, especially vulnerable children. So I had the opportunity with SPE, building it up from scratch, to incorporate that aspect into our whole business model. We have not yet rolled out in terms of the actual support, physical, tangible support. But what's happening with that is that we decided per kilometer that we sell, that a customer buys, we allocate 8% of that kilometer's revenues or income towards a pool of money that will go towards supporting a vulnerable children's initiative. We haven't identified which one yet, but of course we're always mindful of the area we live in, the times we live in, the demographics. Uganda is literally a ticking time bomb in terms of demographics for the younger people. I think over 70–75% are under the age of 30 or 35. And so you find that we have so many children already as it is, but then we're also like, I think, the second or third most fertile country in the world. So we have new children coming in at a very fast rate. And so the onus is on all of us as Ugandans generally to be able to support the next generation and to invest in the future. And children are the future.
They definitely are. So online business solutions are really taking a substantial stand in Uganda market economy. What advice can you give young people such as yourself who would want to go down this route, this entrepreneurial route that you're taking?
There are a couple of lessons I've learned over the years. One of those is that young people getting into business need to be able to answer their big why. It's like a calling. Why are you getting into business? Why are you doing it? You have to look deep down and answer your big why. Is it, financial gain that you're after, which will most likely be short term? You trying to solve a societal problem? Like I am, we believe we're trying to solve the problem of convenient and reliable transportation within Kampala. So that's why we started this, and then ultimately to help children. So you have to answer those questions. Your big why is very important. You have to first answer why you're doing it. That will set your purpose, your vision, and then how you're going to actually achieve it. Another thing I would say, and this one is a bit sensitive because people have gotten hung up on business planning. You'll have a 20-page document that is a business plan, but it's not feasible. I would say to them, look, with a sufficient amount of planning, just get started. At the end of the day, you just need to get started, and the proof is in the pudding. Exactly. You have to start and get something going, and then you'll see as you go along. A business plan is a living, it's not a document. It's a living entity of what your business should be. And if the market does not respond as you thought on paper, you have to be able to keep tweaking it and adjusting it as you go along. So besides answering their big why, they need to get started, and they need to have a long-term outlook. You have to be patient and think long-term. There's no quick gains in business. You have to go through, people have been doing it 20 years, and those are the people we celebrate today, but they have been in the game for 20, 25, 30 years.
Yes.
So not everyone can be a Zuckerberg. So they just need to be patient, look deep down inside why they want to start a business, and then get started at the end of the day.
It's very profound that you would say that. From Africa Elevation and all our initiatives, we are very proud of Spetaxicab and everything that it stands for, both in the business spectrum and outside in the corporate social responsibility. We wish you many blessings.
Thank you very much.
And we wish to see you go bigger and bigger, and hopefully reach areas of your radius that even are beyond your imagination as you stand right now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to Spetaxicab for having us here today. We hope that you are just as we are inspired. Africa Elevation, elevate, expose, empower.